Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. So, in the last part, if I can't really fucking remember, but we continued to head through Kamoshida's palace. And now in this part we're going to be, well, continuing on. Trying to head through the palace. I think at this point we've got a couple of puzzles to solve, from what I remember. It's been so long since I played this game.
What do we do?
It's been so long since I recorded anything. Yeah, don't worry. If you're hidden behind a area there, oh fuck. Like if you're pressed up against the wall, even if you're in front of the guy, you won't get hurt. It won't get seen, which is nice at the very least. But yeah, we've now got hit like a stupid asshole. When you get hit, it's not particularly good. Basically, when you get hit, you get a severe disadvantage. And they basically attack you first instead of you attacking them first. It kind of sucks. But yeah, after you've done that, you're pretty much done, and you can move on to the next part. And we've got that battle done, so let's move on.
Yeah, we beat him. Let's move on.
Yeah, this part I remember. Oh, I remember this section. Yeah, I did. I'm an idiot. Basically, in this section, yeah, I had to go all the way back because there is a room you have to go into here, and there's a certain item you want to get.
Focus.
Ah, there we go. There's a book. There's a book on a bookshelf that you need. What is this? Yes, we can always take it with us if we want. Yes, so you need the. There are basically from what I remember, there are 3 books hidden in 3 rooms.
Careful.
Shit. Fucking asshole. Hidden in this little section here. And you basically need the 3 books in order to... yeah, I pretty much cut there. In order to solve a puzzle to unlock the way to the next area. So... basically here, in order to, we need a spherical object to put into this into this thing here, kind of like a spherical key, basically. That is hidden behind a...
Be careful.
It is hidden behind a... hidden in one of the rooms, and basically, in order to... get through there, what we have to do is we have to go into each of these rooms and find ourselves 3 books.
I can see it.
In order to help us sort, and once we got the 3 books, we then place them in a certain room, and that will open up the way to get to the spherical key. We've got the slave book, we've got the king book, so we've got 1 more to get now. Which is in this other room, I think. Yeah, they're in this section, basically. See, I'm being incredibly cautious here just because I don't want them to be any enemies. You know, to just sneak up out of fucking nowhere.
It's somewhere.
There we go. There's the final... Oh, you cunt. Let's perform an auto-recover, because that was bullshit, and it happens to me every single fucking time. Because he just pops up out of nowhere like a little bitch. Anyway, we have the king book, we have the slave book, and now we have the queen book. So now we have to go, I'm trying to remember. It's been such a long time since I've done this. You go down, yeah, that's it. Tom, there you go, you piece of shit. Yeah, this is me being super cautious. There we go. It's into that door there, I believe. Into the bigger of the 2 rooms. And once you've got that, then you can open up the way to the next area. It's kind of a nice little
I'll reveal your true form.
what's the word I'm looking for here? It's kind of a nice little it's kind of a nice little
I can see it.
puzzle. It's something different. It's something that they don't remember them really doing in Persona 4 and 3 all that much. So it's kind of nice that they changed it up a little bit with the mechanics here.
Well then.
So now we've got to look around. So yeah, they're basically 3 book holdings, and it will tell you. Yeah, tracing comes to use footsteps. Yeah, so obviously there you put the King book because it's all about
Well.
Kamoshida. So you insert the King book into this section here. I remember the first time I screwed up a little bit, and then you read this part. Don't have any rhyme or reason to them. So all the books here are about female students and Chikama. It's kind of bullshit. So you insert the, I believe it's this. I think I get this wrong. It might be the Queen book. Hang on. If I see the other one, then I'll know for sure.
Oh.
Members of the vote, yeah. So the Queen book goes where the girls are, and the Slave book goes for the volleyball team. And that opens up this little area. I like that little jingle, that little chime that plays. So yes, we've now opened that up. I always found this bit a little bit creepy because the music just completely goes away.
What?
Before it comes back in here, and yeah, it's all pictures of Shiho. It's kind of fucking sick. Let's be brutally honest here. He's a pretty sick bastard.
Okay.
That picture I always found really weird as well. I don't know why. Just find it kind of bizarre. But yeah, basically tons of pictures with Shiho and a picture of him looking all heroic and shit. Yeah, not the nicest thing. So we've got Kamoshida's medal, and that will allow us now to open up the door, which will take us to the rest of the dungeon, which is nice. But we've also got something else. We've got the other half of the dungeon map. So now we have mapped out the entirety of the dungeon, and so we know where we have to go next. And it tells us where the treasure is as well, so that's really nice. That's really fucking useful. So we're about halfway through the dungeon.
All right.
The dungeons in this game are really long. Really long. I don't know how long it's going to take to beat the dungeon, to beat this, the Kamoshida's palace. I think it's going to take a little while. Yeah, I just thought I'd have a look around. Yeah, it's kind of sick. But, we're going to avenge you, Shiho. Alright. So now we've got to head back to here. Pardon me. And we have to place the medal. Place the medal in here. Pull the thing, and we're able to go through.
Right.
Now onwards to the next part of the dungeon. Nice and easy. It's not too difficult. It's just a matter of search every single room as you go through, and you will and use your hidden sense, and you will find the dungeon. And you'll find all the books that you need pretty comfortably, really. More treasure. And this is a save room, so I'm going to go save in here. Do I show this off? No, I don't. Don't need to at this point. We've saved. Oh, yes. If I remember... I'm trying to remember now. Ah, yes, here we go. This is the mini-boss. Through we go. So yeah, this is them pretty much telling you here that this is Morgana pretty much telling you that this is where the mini boss is going to be, like the halfway boss for the dungeon. So we need to be letting you know, are you prepared? Are you ready to do this? And then you move forward, and it's time for the boss. So yeah. So it's the gym, which makes sense that it would be his kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Church, his kind of the church of him. This is where he basically is God, basically, on the volleyball court. So I guess it kind of makes sense that in the gym he's the main man. And you can tell that he's the mini boss because of the fact that he's in the gold armor there. This mini boss is when you're playing it normally. Yeah, the Heavenly Punisher. He's pretty fucking tricky the first time you play the game because he hits fucking hard, and he's got pretty solid defenses as well. And he likes to do this. Basically, charges himself up.
Look, he's trying to do something.
It's important to guard if you think you're in danger.
So yeah, this is just basically about guarding. You can guard to defend yourself from enemies. So pretty much the defense here is when he does this first time, just guard. It'll keep your defenses up, and then you'll attack, and it won't cause a lot of damage. I didn't really need to do this, if I'm honest, because yeah, one, I've still got my best armor. Two, I've got the best physical weapon that I can possibly have because of New Game Plus. And finally, I've got the DLC Persona Izanagi /Rex. It absolutely fucking wrecks bosses. So I'm pretty much just showing off the optimal strategy, which is guard, guard, let him set off an attack, then the next turn smack him and just keep going until you're done, pretty much. Yeah, in terms of his weakness, he doesn't have any weaknesses. I think the best thing to do is really just to hit him with physical strikes. Because of sort of like Zyonga, which is, you know, a middle, it's a medium electrical attack, did very little. So I think it's best to just try and do, you know, physical damage, and basically use elemental attacks and see which ones like do the most damage, pretty much. Just play it by ear. But as long as you defend yourself when he's charging, and then attack the next turn and just keep repeating, you'll be just fine. As long as you're at a decent level. See, this is just... No. Another thing which is complete and utter fucking bullshit. But we've got a new enemy. This is Berith. Weak to ice. Full level ahead of us, but we've got pretty good physical attacks at this point. Berith as a persona is pretty decent to get. Really, he does a decent amount. He does a good amount of physical damage, so he's definitely worth getting. If you can capture him. But at this moment in time, I didn't really need him. So yeah, he's pretty useful. Okay. But don't need him at the moment.
Well, that's that. Now let's
right, so what? Oh shit. That was lucky. There we go.
All right, let's get going.
So now what we've got to do, it's always best, I think, in this section here, just to make sure you're fully healed before you move. Like, do an auto recover pretty much
Let's get it. Right.
I'll reveal your
just
true
before
form.
you start to move, and don't do what I did and try and move and get caught. Because you know you can get cause some damage by the mini boss, so it's best to deal with them
Let's go,
that
Joker.
way, pretty much. So what you want to do here is you basically get rid of all the enemies once you've fully maxed out. Yeah, I'm being overly cautious here. I don't know what I thought I was doing. You know, because the enemies that we're going to be facing here are not going to be fucking difficult.
Show me your true form.
Most of them will be enemies we've faced before.
Huh? That was a little.
But once you've done that, then it's all about traversing the room. Basically, you want to go to this side and jump up here, and you want to climb up to the higher area.
Focus.
And basically, you want to go from the right-hand side of the room as it is now, and find our way to the left-hand side of the room via basically just jumping around, going around the outside of the room, and basically, fuck. That was me being a dumbass. There you go. Doesn't always work. Kind of pisses me off at times. So yeah. Basically, we just want to keep going and just go around the outside at the top of the room, basically. Yeah, so we want to jump across and make our way back. I think there may have been a chest there if you wanted to drop down and try and get a chest, but I'm doing alright for money anyway. Oh no, this is the way. Yeah, we need to go this way. There we go. Run across. Let's get one box.
Focus.
I think I'm trying to remember what did I do? I'm trying to remember. Oh no. There, yeah. I'm being a moron. Yeah, this is me being an idiot. Tom, jump down. There you go. Door. You fucking asshole. You dumbass.
Enemy
Yeah. So now we want to
Be careful.
take him out as quickly as possible. Silence tablet. Sorry if you heard that.
Show me your true
Get rid of
form.
him. And yeah,
Alright,
no new
let's
enemies to
go.
face. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, there's a chest
Treasure
in there.
chest. Let's open it.
We'll go in here and get the chest. Got a breath sash. I can't remember what that does. An accessory which, you know, I'm never going to use.
I'll reveal
Another
your
enemy.
true form.
And we're done here. Oh,
Now let's push
treasure.
forward.
Fucking hell. Got a pearl.
There's an
And now
enemy.
we've got
Be careful.
an enemy to attack.
Show me your true form.
That enemy was really
Yeah,
weak.
not a lot of enemies fighting at this point in the game. And unlock this part. I always do this, I don't really know why. You're already here and we're not going to be backtracking. So I don't really see the point, but eh. Force of habit, I guess, just to make sure that everything's open. And now we're at this tower section. So you want to head up. And we're in the East Building Annex. And that leads us on to the next area, which I think... Yes, this is the roof area now, so we're right near the end of the dungeon. We should be done in a couple parts after this. And here we are at the roof. This is the section where they start to throw a lot of tough enemies at you in this section. You'll be pretty much fighting nothing but red enemies, which are
That's pretty
higher than your level quite significantly, and they're going to be pretty fucking tough to take down. I would say here, if you're low on health items, which I'm not to be fair, but if you are low on health items, now would be a good time,
I'll reveal your true
I
form.
think, to, you know, go back, find a save point, and you know, go buy some new health items, and sit, you know,
We've got our sights
in
set.
preparation for this area, because this area is pretty tough. Fortunately, I'm
Yeah, we beat
over
him.
leveled, and
Let's move
look at
on.
that, I got rid of all of them. That wasn't even a cut, that was the enemies just decided to despawn for whatever reason. So I got a bit of luck, yeah, got a fair bit of luck there. So we've got to find a way to climb up the tower.
Focus. I have something.
Get the treasure. We got a dull sword. Useful. Now you want to climb up. Once again, there's a lot of climbing here. Oh yeah, you want to climb up here. And you want to jump. Get the treasure first. Then boop, boop, and boop. There we go. Now it's pretty much a case of just climbing up to the small entry point over there. And that's going to be our... And that is going to be the entrance to pretty much the very, very last section of Kamoshida's palace.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, nothing. Why did you jump? You fucking idiot. Why did you jump down, you prick? Alright, jump across. There we go. So yeah, this final set, you know, this is why I prefer the dungeons of Persona 5 because compared to 4 or 3. Just because they've got so much more, they're just so much more dynamic, which I just love. But yeah, this is, we're into the final section of Kamoshida's palace. So that is going to be it for this part. Join me next time for the next part of Persona 5 when we'll be heading, when we will be finishing off the final section of Kamoshida's palace and finding where the treasure is so we can send him our note so that we can head back in and face Kamoshida's shadow head on. So join me next time for the next part of Persona 5. See you next time.